And now the starting lineup for your Utah Jazz. At the power forward position, standing 6'11", number 41, Kelly Olynyk. The Big Bear at 7, number 24, Walker Kessler. At point, standing 6'2", number 2, Colin Sexton. At guard, at 6'4", number 00, Jordan Clarkson. The other forward position, at 7, wearing number 23, Lauri Markkanen.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs, one and done. He says there's a reason people tune into every football game. The college tournament in 63 games gets more TV money than we do in our entire regular season. The more drama, the more TV ratings, the more money. Kevin?
What's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you just talked about. Maybe, DA, less is more. And thanks for the report. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Up at the forward spots, it's Tatum and Horford. Smart in the backcourt with Brown to his side. And it's Williams at the center. And for the Jazz, they've got Sexton. Markkanen is out there with Olynyk. Then there's Jordan Clarkson.
And we've seen it for years. Despite their regular season success, the Jazz just unable to make much noise in the playoffs. Credit the front office for coming to terms with it and pivoting to a rebuild while they could get top value for their stars.
Releases. Rebounded by Smart. And it's Smart with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Brown outside. Horford up top. The pass to Tatum. 5 on the clock. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Utah with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
And the fact that they split their 2 meetings last season. Does one try to get a leg up?
Now here's Markkanen. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Here's Clarkson. That one's good from the corner. Clarkson's got the opening basket of the game for the Jazz.
It's not just the decision-making, it's the ability to put the pass where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Mr. Markkanen, well done, sir.
Now here's Tatum. Look at those numbers of his. You just can't say enough about the work he's doing at the offensive end. He's averaging about 30.5 points a game.
And during his rookie year, Jason Tatum faced off with LeBron in the Eastern Conference Final.
GA, think about what a hard-fought series that was. It went the distance to 7 games for Tatum, an incredible test and growing opportunity. To me, that's part of the preparation this guy has received to becoming that franchise player.
The first free throw is good. And Jason Tatum seems, GA, like he's on the verge of being a superstar in the league.
And Kevin, some would say he is already there. It feels like he's going to win an MVP in the next 5 years. He's already shown he can lead a team to the final.
Both shots good from the stripe. At this late stage of the season, how hard is it, Greg, for teams not to look ahead to the playoffs in the postseason at this point?
Kevin, just about impossible. I mean, if you're already in position, the trap you can't fall into is easing up down the stretch and backpedaling into the postseason. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Endorse this Celtics team, very young. How are they doing it?
In consecutive drafts, they drafted two talented and elite two-way players. That's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And so, yes, both guys are young, as is the entire core, but the fact is they've matured together, they've had deep playoff runs, and they remain dangerous. Guys, you think about the Boston Celtics, and obviously the offense is driven by the two J's, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So much of what Boston does starts with their wing play.
And he sinks the second. Indoors with Tatum and Brown. If they aren't scoring, they're creating for others.
Yeah, both Jason and Jaylen took major steps as playmakers, understanding the value of their teammates as release points, as guys who can take some pressure off in terms of the scoring load. And listen, neither guy is finished improving.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Deep two from Clarkson. Off the left rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Williams, and it's Williams with the jam.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Now, here's Sexton. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Olynyk, a screen on Smart. The shot by Sexton, no good.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
A nice shot by Tatum.
Boy, it's so clear that Jason Tatum is comfortable shooting from just about anywhere.
Clarkson looking for an opening. Olynyk sets a screen for Clarkson. Another miss by Utah. And that does it for the first quarter. Celtics out in front. They lead by 5. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena. You're watching 2K Sports. For those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
On the floor for Boston. Tatum and Williams up in the forward spots. Brown out there with Derek White. And it's Muscala in at the 5. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz, trailing by 5. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, Malcolm Brogdon said in pre-draft interviews, teams would ask him, you went to college for 4 years and got your master's in your 5th year. Are you sure you want to be an NBA player? It seems as if you're black, you can't be both educated and a sportsman. But it's not disheartening. It's a chance for me to break the mold. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And here is Markkanen. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident. And you know there aren't many teams with a more dedicated fan base than Utah. The Jazz fans are behind their team no matter what.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Gay kicks to Sexton. Back to Gay. Gay, a screen on Williams. Here's Abaji. Outside, Sexton. 5 to shoot. From the line, the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I tell you what, he was on a mission on that possession. Did not stop working until he got it up and in.
And here's Tatum for three. Tatum with another miss. It's only striking, Greg, to see the bond between the Jazz team and their followers.
Well, when you're the only game in town, people take the team to heart. And we see it in cities like Portland and San Antonio as well. The fans form that attachment to their team.
The score now all even. Sexton's got his first basket.
I love to see point guards rebound the basketball. Sexton has the kind of vertical to allow him to keep possessions alive.
White finds Brown. Picked by Williams. Brown the pass to Williams. Now here is Muscala. Brown outside. Again the miss by the Celtics. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Sexton. Jazz passing it around. He's guarded by Williams. Kicks it out to Gay. Here's the screen. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Tie game in Utah. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
The Celtics. Fans, put your hands together and get loud for the number one.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
You know, right now for Utah, they've wanted this to be a turnaround season. They have a few building blocks, but the roster construction is not complete. This front office has some tough decisions to make.
Let's shift focus back to the Utah Jazz, who find little separation after one half of play.
They're struggling to nail the shots right now. Selection is a big part of that. They got to work harder to find quality looks.
Yeah, these teams are playing at a faster pace, Shaq. I mean, sometimes you got to slow things down to get your big fellas involved, and you got to have patience.
When you say slow down, do you mean like this?
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Markkanen is out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Sexton. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. Horford with a screen on Clarkson. 6 on the shot clock. Brown, good. Brown Tatum's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Celtics. Utah trailing here.
And Jaylen Brown is such a force on the offensive end. Hard to keep that guy out of the paint. Terrific finisher at the rim.
Clarkson outside. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Tatum drives in. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
There is a deceptive quickness with Jason Tatum. When he's attacking the basket, it puts the defense in a compromising position.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And maybe the only weakness for Brown is his handle on the ball.
And it's something that he's worked on every offseason. Still, though, susceptible to turnovers while dribbling. That's one of the very few weaknesses in his game.
He hits the second from the line.
What impresses me about Jason Tatum are his work habits, his commitment in the offseason to adding something else to his arsenal. We know he can play high-level basketball on both ends. The sky is the limit.
Smart deciding where to go with it. Pass to Tatum. Here's the three. Nailed from three-point land. Tatum's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
Absolutely a threat. You've got to be on Tatum on the catch in three-point territory, or just like that, he will shoot lights out.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And the layup is good. 7 points in the game.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Brown jams it in.
Oh, my goodness. How about that move by Jaylen Brown? That is spectacular.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Utah has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
And one thing that stands out about this Celtics unit is their defensive abilities. They've got a lot of skill on that end of the floor.
It's stolen by Brown. Shoots over Clarkson. No good off the back of the rim. Jazz trail by 6. He's guarded by Williams. 43 seconds left to play in the third. Sexton kicks to Clarkson. And that one is off.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Tatum dishes to Brown. Back to Tatum. Horford with the screen on Sexton. 4 on the shot clock. And they pick up 2. And now an 8-point Boston lead.
It can be a very difficult thing to check Jason Tatum because of the multitude of ways he can score it. Give me the floater game, JT.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Celtics lead by 8. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. It's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Jazz trail by 8. On the court right now for the Celtics. The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. Here's Asabuki. Plays it up and banks it in.
Really, really recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Pass to Hauser. Outside, Horford. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The pass to Horton Tucker. And here's Clarkson. Here's Horton Tucker. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Pritchard passes to Brogdon. Pass to Pritchard. And good. Coming on the assist by Brogdon. Pritchard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Jazz trail by 9. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Williams a screen on Clarkson. Here's Hauser. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Malcolm Brogdon has been rock solid since he won the Rookie of the Year award. This guy's capable as a scorer, and what a pretty pass there.
Now, here's Clarkson. Williams with the block.
The reach of Williams is outstanding. He uses it to perfection to deny shooting.
Here's Brogdon. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're leading by 9. 1:04 left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Well, the head coach for Boston had some instruction for the guys during the timeout. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said, this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
Thank you, David.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Celtics.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jason Tatum.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
And that one drops. Brown's got the lead up to 13 now for the Celtics.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Jason. Congrats on the win. It was a slow start on offense, so what got you guys going in the second half?
Coach told us we didn't deserve to make any shots. We were too tense. We weren't having any fun. We started having a lot more fun second half. Guys were smiling and cheering, and we had some shots.
Well, it's good to know that if you smile, you make shots. I'll keep that in mind. Congrats, man. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jason Tatum.